plane of inertia.
So what is the plane of inertia? It's what separates the north and south pole of a magnet. If this was a bar magnet, that would be the plane of inertia at the center. Okay? Well, now that I added more magnets on the top, it is no longer, the plane of inertia is a little bit higher now. So I have to place it a little bit higher. Perfect. See? Now it is at the exact center once more. Now it's all in nature. You can't escape it. It's the north and south pole separated by a plane of inertia. It's right at your heart. So your green heart, okay? So you obviously have the chakras there, and that's your heart. This is your spine. So your body is this, and mainstream scientists don't want you to know this. So when you raise your vibration, you go up your spine and you create high pressure. It's able to go past the plane of inertia, and you create the entire bubble around your whole body. See, fear and love. So the snake goes up and it creates the high pressure. This is middle pressure. The mid pressure, the blue, goes out the top back to the heart, out the bottom back to the heart. Obviously north and south pole. And the middle pressure here goes up and out, up and out. So as it goes up and out, that's the middle pressure. You want to get the high pressure, which is out here, to go all the way out. So it comes out the bottom into the top, out the top into the bottom, not just stuck right here. The earth is definitely planar because, and I put this here to see where the sun is at during the Tropic of Cancer, and the Tropic of Capricorn, the sun is down here doing a bigger loop. So that's your analemma shape. Those are your 12 zodiac signs. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. They say outer space is empty space and the inner space of your body is empty space. No. See, we're not separated by the stars by billions of light years of separation. We're actually connected directly to them because the proton and electron are connected. See, they're like this. It's called a coaxial circuit. So this, when it spins, and you look at the top, it's doing that, which creates the magnetic field that we all see. Is a north and south pole like that. There's the north, there's the south, and it's a coaxial circuit, and it does this. So the magnet is like this, and when you look at the top, it's doing that, creating the left turning and right turning. That's how the sun draws its energy from the center. When the magnets are attracted to each other, the high pressure is accelerating towards counter space, which would be this midpoint, okay? So there's no magnetic attraction, there's only dielectric acceleration. So now when I turn my magnet around, I can repel it, and that is the mid pressure. The mid pressure is pushing this magnet away, okay? It's like a bubble. So I can attract it, and I can repel it. So there's what the magnet's doing. It's going out and back in, out and back in. So as it goes out, it turns blue and it comes back in. And same thing for the top, it goes out and it turns blue as it comes in. And it goes out the bottom and turns blue as it goes in, out the bottom and blue as it goes in. So it's always red going out and blue as it comes in, just like your heart. Red going out, arteries, and the same blood just comes back to the heart in a blue form because it lost its oxygen. So it just loses its energy and comes back to recharge. That's all it's doing. The proton loses energy and now it's an electron and it goes back in. So that's all an electron is dielectric discharge, impulses in the ether. So look, it's your eye. There's the hyaloid canal and there's the hyperboloid. It's the hourglass shape. There's an egg. It has to be connected to the top and bottom. So the protons and electrons are connected at the neutron. Everything is connected. It's a coaxial circuit. Boom. So now in order to create this high pressure field, you must raise your frequency up. And now the energy doesn't just stay in here like that. The energy goes out. And it does the whole thing. It does the high pressure. So you want to create that aura. So the energy from the earth shoots up and there's a big old aura, the aurora borealis of the earth. Just like your body has an aura, high pressure, the earth has an aurora. It's no different. You and the earth are the same. You both have root chakras and crowns, and the energy is going to shoot up from the center of the earth up to the top of the dome, top of your head, cranium. So yeah, guys, we are no different than the earth. You have a cowlick at the center. North Pole. There's no South Pole. Sorry, guys. I know you wanted there to be a South Pole, but there's only a North Pole. That's where the core is. The core is at the North Pole. There's only one center. Look at that. 2 snakes going up. There it is, guys. That's Cora, the Corazon, North Pole. There you have it. The Aurora Borealis. There is no South Pole. Nikola Tesla, if you knew the magnificence of 369, then you would have the key to the universe. So there's 369. And it's also your DNA. They tell us that your DNA looks like this. So there's an invisible interference here between the double helix. And you get this. This is obviously the Rodin's math, vortex math, the Rodin coil. But yeah, that's like this little section of your DNA, okay? So now check this out. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you can actually make 2 of them. There's 9 upside down, and then you connect the 9, so it's a 9 and a 6, okay? Well, this is a coaxial circuit, okay? So one cone is being made at the top, and another cone is being made at the bottom. So when you look at it at the top, it looks like this. The blue's going one way, and the red is going the other way. So you have right turning, left turning. So you end up getting this here. It's the magnet, and every magnetic field looks this way. As I've shown here, this is how it all works. So yep, there's your heart, which is the center of your spine. And if you look at the top of your head, you will see the cowlick. Everyone has this swirl at the top of their head. You see the energy goes up your spine, and it creates this aura, which you see here. So yep, in Egypt, it was called Ptah, the noble Jed, the Jedi, to go up to the blue lightsaber, not the Sith Lord red, the blue chakra, okay? So that's optic thalamus. Thalamus, that's connected to the optic nerves. Under the thalamus is the hypothalamus. So optic thalamus is Ptah's lamp. Look, Ptah's lamp. It says in the Bible that Jesus, the Lamb, shall be the lamp. It says the city shall not need a sun, for the lamb shall be its lamp. So there you have it, guys. You got to go up. That's why it says in the Bible, 12 tribes, 12,000 of each tribe. So 144,000 go to heaven, 12 times 12,000. Well, it just means when you add up the chakras in the Vedic system, it's 4 petals, 6 petals, 10 petals, 12 petals, 16. When you add it up, it's 48. 48 times 2 is 96. 96 plus 48 is 144 times 1,000 is 144,000 go to your head, which is heaven. And it's a fact, you guys, when it goes up from the bottom to the top. Osiris has one leg because you got to reach oneness. Earth, air, fire, water, then spirit. Yes, third eye. So let's get deep here. This is Ptah's lamp, Ptah, which is, it means your optic thalamus. Ptah's lamp. The lamp in your head, the lamp. Get it? You see it there, right? Follow Mr. Astrotheology on YouTube. He's Santos Bonacci. It's called Astrotheology. And basically, look, you have a torus field. This torus field is produced by the center of your torso, which is your corazon, the core. Just like the earth has an electromagnetic field, so do you. Your heart is basically at the center of your thorax, your torso, creating your torus field. So the top of this torus field, or your ribs, is your throat chakra, which is blue. Well, that makes sense. He has a blue crown, blue chakra, because he's a Jedi, not a Sith Lord with a red lightsaber. He has a blue one like Anakin. So we got to go up the 33 vertebrae to be christened, which means enlightened, going up the spine to the blue throat chakra, then to the crown. This is the Djed pillar, your spine. So we all know that in the Bible it says only 144,000 will go to heaven, therefore only a chosen few. That's why people say we're the chosen ones. You know, it's divided by race, because we know that the government works on divide and conquer, because the government means to govern your mind. And as long as we are separated and struggling, they are able to fix these problems that they've caused. So basically, 144,000 going to heaven just means 144,000 go to your head. As you go up the chakras, as your energy rises and you raise your vibrations and frequency, you know, the vibes, basically the bottom is 4 petals, and then it's 6, and then 10, and then 12, 16, and then 2 petals, and then the 1,000-petaled lotus at the top. So when you add these up, 4 plus 6 plus 10 plus 12 plus 16 equals 48. Now times 2 is 96, plus 48 again is 144, times 1,000 is 144,000. So your head is heaven, your earth is heart, and hell is heel. Go up to your head, heaven, 144,000. So look at this Norse mythological tree here. Snake at the bottom, eagle at the top. Because the snake becomes an eagle, grows its wings. There's the two bowls. Well, there's the Vatican.
Double bowl.
Check out Thoth here with the double bowl. I have the double bowl right here on the magnetic field. It's clearly there. Remember, this is the double bowl. The inner magnetic fields are the middle pressure and they can't leave past the accretion disk or the plane of inertia or the block wall. So one on top, one on bottom, they cannot leave past the plane of inertia, but this high pressure can. That's how our flat earth works. It can't go past the equator, but the high pressure can. So this goes under, beneath, over. And that's why Saturn looks like that. That's the plane of inertia. So our bodies look this way as well. We have a plane of inertia at the heart. Earth spells heart. So the earth is what we live on. It's the plane of inertia. And your heart is the plane of inertia of your body, literally. So earth spells heart, as I just said. Head is heaven and hell is heel. So you must raise your vibration in order to create this high pressure, which goes past the plane of inertia, as we just spoke about. Pyro middle is fire in the middle. That's what the pyramid is. In Spanish, pyramid is piramido. So how do you create this fire in the middle? You need, for any fire, you need heat, air, fuel, and that's how you get fire. So the heat, through your eyes, you can let the sun in. The pyramids had shafts where light can go through. So that light goes in your eye. The air is the oxygen, and the fuel is your cerebral spinal fluid. Now you raise your frequency to put the fuel up to your brain, mixed with the oxygen and the sun in your eye. Now the fire goes from your core to the middle of your brain, and you can ignite the pineal gland. See, you're gonna make the fire go up in your body. The core of the body is the heart, and the core of the brain is the pineal gland. So every man and woman has a plane of inertia. In order to go past the plane of inertia and shoot the high pressure, you got to go up to the fifth dimension. So high positive thoughts, not shame, guilt, anger, lust, desire. You got to feel bliss. There they are. Just feel love instead of fear. That's the Vatican Museum. The 9 realms, you're going up from hell, your heel, to Asgard, your head, heaven. It's all the same. Hermaphrodite is Hermes, Aphrodite, Mercury, and Venus. And look, from root to crown. It's the crown chakra. It's your electromagnetic field because those are electromagnetic field lines. Every time there's 8 going right and 13 going left, or 13 going right and 8 going left. That's the Fibonacci numbers. His name's Filius Bonacci, son of Guglielmo Bonacci, but his name is Leonardo Pisano, Leonardo of Pisa. His name is Leonardo Fibonacci. So basically, these are the Fibonacci sequence numbers: 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. So 8 and 13. So it looks like that as well. Well, the magnetic field is present. It's everywhere. It's invisible. So this invisible force is why we can visibly see it in what is physical, because it has manifested itself. It's the Sahasrara crown chakra, and it's also these dream catchers that we always end up seeing. Well, these ley lines, they follow on the flat earth. And look, the Egyptian pyramids are right on cue. Well, if that is found at the center of the earth, the magnetic field, this is actually the Disneyland at Shanghai. And look, it's at the center of the Garden of Imagination. So that's Mount Meru at the center of the world. And this garden has the magnetic field lines. Exactly. It's the crown chakra. So it's right at the center of this. That's what I just zoomed in on. It's at the center of our world. Now you're going to say, that's just Shanghai though. Okay, well look at, on our real earth, we have something called the Dubai Creek Tower, which is supposed to be the tallest tower in the world currently in 2021. So it comes with its own 5G mall. And look, it's right there. It's right there. This is supposed to represent the tree of life. And this big old tower is right on top of it, representing the center of the world. Because look how huge this is going to be. in plain sight. Look it. It's on. It represents the center of the world. And nobody even realizes this. Nobody even realizes. Earth is flat, bruh. Oh yeah, make no mistake, guys. This is what you see when you activate your crown chakra, guys. It's no doubt. Mount Meru, Hindu, it's the magnetic field. This is the Yggdrasil, tree of life from Norse mythology, which comes from Norway. Norse mythology, Norway mythology. It's right near the North Pole, Norway, next to Sweden, Scandinavia. They're all around the North Pole. So you have 7 chakras, which are the 9 realms. You are Thor because you have a thorax. You're Zeus. You're an electric being. You're electric. So your 7 chakras are shock, electricity, your electromagnetic current that goes up your head and creates the spiral at the top of your head, which is why this palm tree has spirals that go up. If you were to draw a palm tree, you have to draw those spirals. Just like a pine cone. A pineapple, they have the spirals. The 7 chakras are the 9 realms because you have 7 chakras and then you have 1 extra one at the bottom, 1 extra one at top, floating above you, floating under you, which makes the bubble, which makes the 9 realms. You're going to understand that Thor is the god of gods, which is 666. That's the devil, but it's actually carbon. And 666 is your 18 inches of your thorax. You have a thoracic section of your vertebrae, which is 18 inches. It has your 12 vertebrae, which hold the 24 ribs, 2 ribs on each vertebrae. So yes, 18 inches is 6 plus 6 plus 6. Thorax. Thor. Now listen, caduceus means to fall. Cadaver is a fallen dead body. Cadent means falling. So caduceus is Cadu Zeus. This is actually Cadus, the fall of Zeus, because the chrism, the Christos oil, Christos in Greek means golden. You can look it up. Christos means golden. So the Christos oil, the golden oil, which is your mercury or quicksilver, liquid silver, it's called argentum vivum, which means the living silver, because it is alive. It's silver with a soul. It's the sun and moon. So now this silver goes up from the heel. Notice your 7 chakras is head, heart, heel. The top, the middle, the bottom. Head, heart, heel is heaven is head, earth is heart, and then hell is heel. Your heel is right there where your root chakra is. Right, the bottom of your spine is where your heel would be on your feet. So your heels touch your spine. It's like having your feet touch your tailbone when you sit in that position. So heel is hell, heart is earth, and head is heaven. Now listen to this. In Norse mythology, Thor has to take the Bifrost Bridge, which is the 2-way bridge. Bifrost meaning double highway. It's a Bifrost Bridge, which means the 2-way bridge where he takes the bridge to get to the 9 realms. You have a rainbow chakra system, your spine, that gets you from your heel to your head. So your spine is the highway of the infinite. That's why he takes the Bifrost Bridge. It goes up and down. Like I said, caduceus means the fall of Zeus, and he has to go back up. That's your Bifrost Bridge going to and away. Now, Earth is heart because you have Venus, Earth, and Mars. You have veins, heart, and arteries. Your veins go to your heart, and your arteries go away. Venus and Aries is literally Venus and Mars. So let's talk about why Thoth has this sun and moon on his head together. It's very simple. It represents the male and female energies. Ah, yes, beautiful. So check that out, sun and moon. The sun and the moon represents the masculine elements and the feminine elements. So the masculine is fire and air, and the feminine is water and earth, because earth is at the bottom and then water's on top of it, and then above that is the air, and above that is the sun. So they say the father sky and mother earth. Oh yeah, the herbs, herb. It's called lily pads, Samael and Lilith. You can see this pretty well. This is Thoth, and he has the sun and moon above him, and up here you see the sun, moon, and the earth. So Mercury is the only metal that has all 3 of them, hence the name Mercury Trismegistus. Now all these deities have the sun and moon above their head because they're male, female, sun and moon, and they merge them perfectly. Exactly what's happening. We live in on the plane of inertia. The magnetic field is this red line. These red lines going out like that, from the inside going out just like that, or like that. And then you have this one going out and in, and then out and in. That's the high pressure. The blue is the high pressure, red is the mid pressure, low pressure is the plane of inertia, the accretion disk. What's up, everybody? This is Jesus Christ getting anointed with the anointing oil. So this also happens in Egypt. Oh yeah, baby. Where are all the churchgoers at? How are you going to explain this? Christ means to king someone. So when he was christened, he was kinged. Look, this is Ramses being anointed with the oil. Horus is pouring the oil over him. Oh, look, there's another pharaoh getting Ramses II, king of kings. Jesus was the king of kings, right? They're both getting oil poured over their heads because this is how you get coronated, aka cornu means horn, Capricorn, unicorn, cornucopia, the fruit inside of the horn. Well, yeah, because this is the ram, Jesus, the Lamb of God. He's the Son of God. And basically what happens is the crown of thorns or the crown of horns. Oh, look, Horus the sun. Jesus, the Son of God, wrapped as a mummy like Osiris was. Wow. Yep. Hello, everyone. So I made a video earlier about how the Nile River is actually your chakras. It's your spine. And the top of the Nile River, that delta, that branches outward is the tip of the lotus flower. There's also something called the Fayum Oasis along the Nile River, which looks like a leaf on this lotus flower. It's a flower because it's your spine. You start at the root chakra, which goes up to the 1,000-petal lotus at the top. So yes, it is a flower that opens at the top of your head. Now, when this energy goes up, first of all, you need to know that you must be eating electric foods that is alive, not like cookies and chips and stuff like that, because it is not electrical. There's something called Kirlian photography that shows the electricity radiating from these plants when you eat them. So look at this apple. It has so much of an aura around it. It's alive. So if these plants have auras, you will have an electric current going up your spine and creating that 1,000-petal lotus, creating the aura. So here we go. We're in the inside of a tokamak, which is a toroidal chamber with magnetic coils. Look it up. It's in China. This is South Korea's artificial sun. Notice it's Korea, core, corazon. Your core, your corazon, the core of your body, the core of the earth. It all produces this electromagnetic field. That's why it's South Korea with the red and blue, because your heart has red veins and blue arteries. Veins go to, arteries go away. So it's north and south. North. It's going like this, literally. Okay, so check this out, guys. Ooh, here's Apollo. It looks like an apple. Apollo the sun. Because you see, it's Apollo or an apple or an árbol because it has a pole, which is you. You're this pole. Check this out. You're a hyperbola. A hyperbola or hyperboloid is this hourglass shape like a black widow's bottom with the red. So here is the hyaloid or hyperboloid shaped hourglass in your eyeball. It's a hyperboloid. And there's one at the center of this eye, the hyperbola at the center of Earth, the árbol. Hello everyone, so this is the tree of Yggdrasil. This is the ancient mythological tree of Norse mythology or North mythology, originating from Norway or Scandinavia, which is North Pole mythology. So in North mythology, we have Thor, who takes the Bifrost Bridge, which is the rainbow-colored bridge, the two-way bridge, bi meaning bicycle, bite with your two top and bottom jaws. So the Bifrost Bridge goes up and down. You can either go up your heart to the head or down your heart to the heel. This tree is your spine because you have a lumbar section of your spine. You have 5 sections, 33 vertebrae. So the lumbar section has 5 vertebrae, and basically this is your tree. Hell is heel, heart is earth, they spell the same, and head is heaven. So the snake, which is your tailbone, is the scorpion stinger. Scorpio becomes the eagle. The snake becomes the rising phoenix. Let me prove this to you guys. Head is heaven. Earth spells heart. That's Midgard. The Bifrost Bridge is your chakras, the 7 colors of the rainbow. And hell is... So this is called the, this is basically called the Louvre Pyramid in France, and it has 666 glass tiles. That is the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C., and it is 6,660 inches tall, or 555 feet tall. The CN Tower in Toronto, Canada, the base of it is 66.6 meters in diameter. 666, I know it's carbon, which is 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Basically, 666 is deeper than that. You have what's called a thoracic vertebrae, which is the top of your ribs to the bottom of your rib. The 12 ribs on each side is your 24 ribs. Most people have 24. Some have 22 or 26, but basically it's your thorax. Your thorax is the thoracic vertebrae, which is 12 vertebrae separated by 12 discs. And these 12 vertebrae are 18 inches, which is 666, basically. That's what it is. It's your corazon. Hello, everyone. So look, right here you have the Pope, and this is the audience hall in Rome. Now, it looks like a snake, doesn't it? Let me break something down for you guys. Well, you guessed it right, guys. It represents a snake because basically vibration comes from the word vibora, which means viper. It's viperation. So the snake comes out of a basket when you play the flute because it's called atonement at one-ment or attunement. So you must be tuned into the right frequency, and this is how the snake rises out of the basket. So Jesus' resurrection is the rise-erection. So you are a sperm, which means worm or serpent, and the energy is electrical when it goes up your endocrine system, which are the chakras, like shock. And basically, you must raise your frequency, and they've perverted this serpent energy, which is just your reptilian brain, and then mammal brain, and then neocortex, which is the newest brain. So we're about to break down King Kong and how it is symbolizing heavily the energy that is within you, the serpent that must turn into the rising phoenix, the snake with wings, or the dragon, right? The Godzilla. So check this out. We know that Godzilla's energy goes up his spine just like it's supposed to go up your spine. Just like this here, correct? That snake is the dragon. So this pyramid symbolizes you. When Godzilla's energy goes up his spine to come out the top of his head, he does it specifically. The director made sure he was between the red and blue pillars, which is Bosun, Jackin, and Illuminati or Freemasonry, and it's your left and right temples or the two hemispheres of the brain. Check this out. This is why it's sub-level 33 in the movie where they go down instead of up, because it's your spine. Now, right before Mechagodzilla bursts out of this pyramid, there's a scene that shows the moon right above the sun in the same shot. Just like Thoth. And there you have the red and blue snake at the top. Here are the two snakes of the caduceus, which is at every hospital. It's the symbol for the medical industry, right? So check this out, guys. Basically, caduceus means to fall because these two snakes come down from the tip of your third eye, from your head, top of your spine. It goes down your spine or the endocrine system, which means the inner Christ system. In Hindu, Christ's name was Krishna, and he has a counterpart named Shakti. So Krishna becomes Shiva, and Shiva and Shakti are male and female. They're both one person, just like Baphomet has boobs because he's male and female. He's also man and beast. He's also pointing up and pointing down. His arm says Solve and Coagula, which is combination and dissolution. So there's Shiva and Shakti. That's like Baphomet, male and female, pointing up and pointing down. Check this out. Yep, that's Isis and Osiris, male and female energies. Well, here's the Luxor Hotel in Vegas, guys. This snake is called the Uraeus. It goes on the pharaoh's crown. Yes. Oh, let me tell you something, people. I was a carcass cruncher. I was a meat eater one time. But now I'm vegan, and let me tell you something. If you're not vegan, then that means you're eating animals that were tortured and caused pain and fear. They were ripped away from their parents. So let me tell you something. How can you vibrate at the highest frequency if you're absorbing these animals that were caused fear? We'll just have a look at these memes, guys. So basically what it means is you want to have supernatural abilities, so you must be supernatural. So it's about the higher ethics, right? The higher consciousness, 5D, not 3D, low, it's up. So basically, you love animals so much, you don't want to eat them and kill them, because low consciousness means, shut up, I love eating chicken, I love eating cows. So you love the animals, but you love all them on your tongue. You love to kill them and eat them, don't you? I love animals so much, more than you, I don't harm them. It's the higher ethics. Horses only sleep for 2 hours, they're vegan, more energy. Did you guys know that pyramid means fire in the middle? Piro, mido. So pyro is fire, and the center of the pyramid is the core or corazon. Well, we all know that the body is the temple, correct? So Killian photography exposes that the pyramid, which you cannot see with your naked eye, pyramid is releasing this energy that goes up the 4 inclined sides of this pyramid. The base is a square, so the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, water, go up to meet at the spirit, which is to create this aura. So this is proof because you have a cowlick at the top of your head, which is a spiral. You have a spinal cord, which is the spiral or spinning vortex that goes up the center of you, up the endocrine system, which is the 7 endocrine glands, and it's the 7 energy centers, right? So check this out. So now, as you channel the energy with love and veganism, you will go up like mercury in a vial. It goes up the spine, and it creates the torus field or the tortoise shell or your torso shield, cocoon around your body, right? Okay guys, so this is the Uraeus, and it is, you can see the goatee looks like the cobra as it goes up. So if you were to turn the pharaoh's whole entire headset, crown, it would look like this. If you wanted to literalize it, this is what it represents. There you have it, guys. So yeah, pretty scary, but that's what it represents. That's what the Pharaoh's helmet is. Because you see, my friends, it represents the energy going up your spine to the pineal gland, okay? Well, check this out. This happens on March 21st and September 22nd, the two equinoxes of the year. So the sun rises exactly right here in this middle temple in spring and fall. And in summer, it'll rise over here in the north. Over here, it'll rise in the southeast. So check this out. Well, these are all made in the Easter time when the sun rises in the east. Shadow in Vatican, Mexico, and Cambodia. Look at the snake. So basically, little Lucifer got the diamond on his forehead on February 2nd, which is the 33rd day of the year. You can follow Gematria Effect News, and it tells you about Gematria when you add A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. So diamond at full reduction, M being the 13th letter, M equals 4 at this point. So diamond at full reduction, when you add it up, it equals 33. He got the diamond on February 2nd. January 31st was the 31st day of the year. February 2nd, 31 plus 2 is 33. So 33 is the 33rd vertebrae, which is the very top of your spine, which is the pineal gland. So check this out. It says here that Lil Uzi Vert, Grimes, and Krayshawn want to get Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip. So yeah, Lucifer wants to, have AI technology access. We know this is Mark of the Beast. They want you to upload your mind to the cloud, but roses are red, violets are blue, green is the heart chakra, which allows you to go up to your mind, gray clouds of gray.
There's power in numbers. 24s will live in your head.
I'm home.
10s, more gold than Midas.
Midas who?
And 33s will be the first to defeat Father Time.
I'll get you next time, Bunny Green!
There's power in numbers. Take yours. Powerade. More power for me.
All right, so what we have here is the 5th dimension, the 4th dimension, and the 3rd dimension. So you can obviously see how it's red, then green, then blue. That's just a fact. Look at your chakras. So if you have red at the bottom, which is the root, in German, red is rot. So R-O-T is rot, which is red, and this is your rot root chakra, red. So check this out. You want to go up to the ultraviolet, not the infrared. Infrared light is low frequency waves, slow and low. This is high and fast, okay? See, now we're talking about the electromagnetic spectrum, which is low and high. Well, look, the middle of red and blue is green. So red and blue, that's why Jesus is the green heart chakra and he points to his heart. So yes, red and blue makes green. That's why you have Roy G. Biff. So check this out. Goku needs 7 Dragon Balls to unlock Shenron or summon the dragon. The Kundalini serpent, right? The Scorpio, the sacrum of our spinal column, right? So Goku collects the 7 Dragon Balls, which are your 7 chakras aligning, just like Sonic needs the 7 Chaos Emeralds, so that he can become supersonic. He becomes white or gold, just like Goku becomes... His hair becomes spiky and gold like a crown, right? So what happens is you have the same story or concept. It's the white sun, which is the white sun above us, which produces the 7 colors of the rainbow, because the water droplets separate that white light. So you have Snow White and her 7 dwarfs, the 7 colors. So there you have it. Notice this makes the G shape. It's the 7th letter G. 7 chakras. As above, so below, as within, so without. Please remember that with all your heart. So, Jesus and his 12 disciples that follow him everywhere he goes is the same as Jesus and his 12 apostles, because the sun travels through the 12 posts, the 12 zodiacs, but you have 12 body systems that follow you everywhere you go. And more importantly, you have 12 discs that follow you everywhere you go. You have 12 discs that separate your 12 vertebrae, which make up your thoracic or dorsal section of your spine. So here you have your 24 ribs, 12 on each side of the 12 vertebrae separated by 12 plates. These blue discs here. So now, Arthur and his 12 knights at the round table is our thorax in the 12 discs or the 12 vertebrae. Jupiter he spends 1 year in each zodiac sign. So Jupiter actually takes 11.7 or 12 years to go around the whole zodiac. So Jupiter and his 12 posts. Jesus and the 12 disciples is you, Jupiter, and the sun. Jesus. 33. This is Yod He Vav He, which is God's name. In Paleo Hebrew, once upon a time, it was Yod He Vav He, which is then became Yahweh, because it was look at Yah-ha-wah-ha, Yahweh. And then it became Yahweh or Jehovah. But Jehovah is why Jay-Z says Hova. He's Jay-Z, Jesus, because Yahweh, when you add a Shai at the end, it's Yahweh Shai, which is Jesus' name. So you have the Lord Yahweh and the Lord Salvation, which is Jesus, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So this may go over your head if you're not intuitive already. But see, Yahweh is earth, air, fire, water. You add that Shai, that symbol makes the S or SH. Yahweh Shai is you. Well, that's why the Word was God, and this is the Word made flesh. It is you, earth, air, fire, water, spirit. Head, arm, leg, arm. Well, there's Allah, the Word made flesh again. Allah is you, arm, leg, arm, head. Krishna in Christ is Kundalini. Christ in Greek is Christos. Krishna in Greek is Christos. Christos is the anointing oil prana that ascends the Sushumna, the tree of life. Sushumna, like chimney, right? Because Santa Claus is the Saint Claustrum, the holy closet or cloister in your brain that goes down the chimney, then back up to the North Pole, your head. Head is heaven heaved up. Thank you, Santos Bonacci. Opening the third eye, because basically it's copying what the sun does. It goes from Capricorn, winter, to spring, and then it blossoms with the seasons. So yes, it goes from your earth or base chakra, which sits on the earth, and then up right here to the fire or the optic thalamus, pretty much. So the chrism is when Christ returns. It's actually the chrism returning. See, it's called the second coming because you came here when you ejaculated. Second coming means you go back up. It's the second coming of Christ, or the chrism.
Do you know that the story of Jesus, how it's been altered in certain ways? I mean, yes, there was a guy, yes, there was teaching. The parallel between that and alchemical sex is that there's 33 vertebrae in your spine. There's 33 years in the life of Jesus.
Christ.
Okay. There is a substance or liquid or a substance that comes from your medulla, which is basically completely looks like the Ark of the Covenant, has angels' wings around it, the whole thing. So this substance comes from your medulla, makes the trip down your spine to your sacrum, which is Christ coming down. And if you don't squander that essence, that sexual essence, it ascends again and goes back up to heaven. Also, the story of Santa Claus. Why he comes down the chimney is because this juice passes what's called the claustrum.
So here you have your arterial system and the venous system. By the way, you should tag your friends in here so we can blow their minds or just see how much they know. So right here you have Aries, the god of war, and here you have Venus, the goddess of love. She's also Aphrodite. So here's your arteries and your veins. Arteries go away, veins go to. So you have the North Pole and the South Pole if you were to turn your heart this way. So basically you have the veins going to the heart, and then the arteries going away from the heart. So from the feet, from the head to the heart, which is the veins, and then to the head, to the feet, is the arteries. So now you have literally Venus, Earth, and Mars, because Earth spells heart. Veins, heart, Earth, arteries, Aries. That's the 3 planets right there. So basically, check this out, guys. You're gonna say, oh, everything was awesome until you started talking about flat Earth. Actually, it gets better once you talk about it. All compasses lead to the North Pole. Heart has compassion in it, compass.
This animation shows the movement of a particle over the metrical space of the structure of space-time imbued with torque and Coriolis effect. All of a sudden, you can see that the information can move to the poles in towards the singularity and back out at the equator and back into the pole, and thus you get this feedback structure that could be found at the atomic level. For instance, this could be an electron and a positron, or at the stellar level where we see the plasma dynamics around the sun that produces the same dual torus dynamic, or at the galactic level.
If you or your family still is a Christian, you need to wake your or their asses up. Send them this video. So we all know this seal on the back of the dollar bill, the all-seeing eye, the eye of providence, the third eye, the optic thalamus. Well, when you make this Merkaba, or the double tetrahedron, one up and one down, which is the Mason logo, this Star of David creates Mason, which is Mason, which is Mary's son. I can prove that because to be the highest degree Mason, you have to be a 33 degree Mason, which is Jesus died at 33 vertebrae of the spine. You climb and you shine your inner light. So to go interstellar, to unlock the Akashic records, which is the Akashic library, to become an Akashana or a common shaman, you go within the inner soul, the library is within you, and love is the highest frequency. You go up. Veganism, this is green, you gotta be vegan. Alright guys, I hope you brought your thinking caps today, because this is the plane of inertia. It's right there. You can see it. That's the plane of inertia. A magnet can do this because that is the flat, even part. It's a plane of inertia. You have a radiating force, which is how you repel magnets. They won't touch each other. If I try to turn it over, they repel. See, they won't touch because there's an invisible bubble. Well, there's two bubbles on each side. Well, guess what, guys? Because obviously if I try to do it to the other side, it's going to repel too. See, there's two bubbles on each side of that plane. I just proved there's two bubbles on each side because of this. Now, guess what? There's a plane of inertia and there's a vortex at the center. So this is Mount Meru, the magic mountain or magnetic mountain. And guess what? It is magnetic. It produces your electromagnetic field, and all compasses, which are magnets, point to the North Pole. So this is the magnetic center. Well, guess what? If it's Mount Meru in Sanskrit, also recognized as Sumeru, Suneru, Mahameru, the sacred five-peaked mountain in Hindu, and it's the center of all physical, metaphysical, spiritual universes. Well then, if Mount Meru is the center of the earth, Meru Danda refers to the spinal column in Sanskrit. So yeah, Meru Danda is your spine, Mount Meru is the mountain, is the center mountain. Boom, that's your spine. Because your spine, you have a root chakra, roots, and you have a crown. And then the snake must go up to become an eagle, right? There's your Bifrost bridge, the rainbow bridge, which is your spine. That Thor takes, it's your torso. It's your thoracic vertebrae. You also have a lumbar section.
A lot of people wanted to know about the pineal gland. I had a lot of messages yesterday because a lot of people watched your show with that young woman the other day.
So, the pineal gland is the third eye. When you read the story of Pinocchio, Pinocchio has two words, pine, P-I-N, pineal gland, and occhio is ocula. Occhio in Italian is eye. That's why you go to an oculist. So Pinocchio means the pineal gland. So Pinocchio is a puppet. He's not a real person. In order to become a real person, to ascend, you have to activate your pineal gland. You have to stop telling lies, because everyone sees your nose grow every time you tell a lie. You have to stop being deceived by your friends. You have to stop going to the circuses and the shows, as all the philosophers have ever said, getting drunk and intoxicated with drugs, and to be sober. And so Pinocchio made it. Yes, he got fooled, he got seduced, he didn't go to school. His friends turned him into swine, but they remained swine. Just like Ulysses' friends, they didn't return back to Ithaca, to Thracia, rather. With him, he was the only one that returned, but all his friends turned into swine. So the pineal gland is the third eye, and it's our highest consciousness. So if you want to be real, just read the story of Pinocchio and activate your Pinocchio.
Hey, so check this out, guys. This man's name is Ptah, And basically he has a blue crown because he went up to the throat chakra and then he went up from there. The sky is blue. He didn't go to the red chakra. Let me explain to you some more. By the way, this is called the Djed pillar that he's holding. It's the Waz and the Ankh, which is pretty much, it's a Aries ram and a Libra balance scale. So it's alpha to omega. So check out these breastplates. Remember Darth Vader's recognizable breastplate? And now look at Ptah's. Yes, this is exactly what it has been portrayed here in this movie. So basically, Darth Vader, he pretty much is the Pharaoh Seti that Moses is against because he finds out his father was killing all the innocent babies. Well, Anakin kills all the babies when he's young. So this is just sinister, Jedi and Sith, good and bad. So yes, it is Osiris who died the innocent death because you must be good, blue, right? Up on the ultraviolet. So here's Christ. Look at the glowing head at the top. He went up to his 33rd vertebrae and he went up to the corpus callosum inside your head. There's Mary Magdalene at the top, and here's the two angels that come with her. She's one of the first to see, she's the first to see him when he resurrects, when he rise erection up the spine. Spine spells penis. So yeah, he goes up, and Mary Magdalene is the amygdala. Proof. Remember, this is inside the brain, underneath the corpus callosum. So once you go up the 33 vertebrae, there's the corpus callosum, is this eyebrow. Corpus callosum, don't forget. This is going to be so fun, you guys. Look, there's Osiris in the corpus callosum. This is facts. So yeah, which one was first, Jesus or Osiris? Oh, Osiris, big time. And isn't the Djed pillar called Osiris's backbone? That's right. That's right. Jesus dies at 33 vertebrae. He's Osiris. Here's the corpus callosum, the two eyes right there, and the third eye. Hey, Joe, what do you know? There it is again. There's Horus. When Osiris dies, Osiris the innocent, you have to be good. Pinocchio, stop telling lies. Pinocchio means your pineal gland and your oculus, third eye. Thank you, Santos Bonacci. This is the corpus callosum, no doubt. So yeah, it's not just someone painted it. This is really what the Egyptians engraved in these stones. What do you know even more? This is Mesopotamia. And look, the snake goes up to the top of the head. There's the corpus callosum. Here's the sun, here's the moon, there's the third eye. Now you might say that's Venus. Well, sure, it's Venus, the third eye. Now you might say, oh, big claim there, buddy. I'm gonna need some proof that that's your third eye or that's Venus, because how do we know that's not, how do we know what that is? That's the sun and the moon and Venus. Here are the 4 zodiac signs in Freemasonry art. As above, so below, as in heaven, so on earth, okay? So, Tesla knew that particles don't exist, everything is just energy. Now, a photon is light. Photo is a picture with light. Baphomet has a torch on his head. Phosphorus is what they called Venus, okay? It means enlightenment. Sophisticated is phos, Sophia, because Venus is the brightest star in the sky after the sun and the moon. What does Freemasonry have to do with Mesopotamia? Everything, brother. Yep. 7 chakras up to your head, which is Aries the ram. In Freemasonry art, you got the symbolism of 3 steps, then 5 steps, then 7. You know why? The sun dies at the winter solstice and it's reborn here, like we can be reborn. Orion's belt is 3 stars up here, and then you have 5 to make Taurus the bull, and then 7 the Pleiades. Orion's belt is 3, Taurus is 5, Pleiades is 7, going up to your Aries head. Aries and Taurus, the cerebrum and cerebellum. That's right. Please learn astrology and anatomy. There's ancient Egypt. Check this out. What you have here is the rams, Isle of the Rams that connects Karnak to Luxor. Then you have Dendera, the Hathor's temple, the bull. Then you have Hermopolis, which is Hermes, right there. Then Memphis up here. Then Heliopolis. So there you have it. Boom. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Ptah is Jupiter. Jupiter is in June, Cancer. Or Jupiter in Roman, Jupiter and his wife Juno Moneta. So that's Ptah was celebrated in Memphis. There you go. So here you have the Temple of Hathor in Dendera. So it's the ram, Karnak, the ram, bull, Hermopolis, which they didn't put, but it's right there. Hermopolis, Memphis, and Heliopolis. So please watch this whole video. I may have to make a part 2. Now, this is the Nile River, And it looks like a lotus flower because this is the Fayoum oasis, which looks like a leaf, and this would be the delta of the Nile. And it looks just like a lotus flower. Now, the lotus flower represents your spine because you do have a crown chakra and you have a root chakra. So there's the root and here's the crown, which opens. Now, you guys need to understand that the root would be hell and the head would be heaven. You have a scorpion stinger tailbone, and the scorpion must rise up to become a phoenix or an eagle. Now, this is why we have the cobra and the eagle, or a bird and a snake, on the crown of a pharaoh at the top. See, the pharaohs knew that the snake from the scorpion tail must go up to the 33rd vertebrae to your brain, to your head, and now the snake just went from hell, your heel, to heaven, your head. I'll explain this more. See, when the snake goes up, it grows wings. And this is the energy from the bottom of your spine, from the base, up to the apex, or the tip of the pyramid, which is your head. So a serpent with wings is a dragon. Please remember this. Well, check this out, guys. Heaven is your head, earth spells heart, and hell is your heel. So you have the root chakra all the way up to the crown, and you can see the snake climbing up the Kabbalistic tree of life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, yeah. So this tree of life called Yggdrasil in Norse mythology is your spine. So you have this Bifrost bridge, which means the two-way highway. The Bifrost rainbow bridge is your chakras. This is a rainbow bridge, and it gets you from hell all the way up to heaven, or you can even go to earth. That's why Thor goes to different realms. He goes to hell, he goes to heaven, he goes to earth. He's taking his spine, which is his Bifrost bridge, the two-way bridge. It goes up and down, because the snake is actually the oil which goes down your head and must go back up. So you see, the pharaohs would be anointed with this oil, and the oil poured over the head represents the cerebral spinal fluid going down your spine, and it must return. So here's Ramses being anointed with the oil that starts from the crown and goes down, but it must come back up. That's why there's two oils. One's going down and one's coming up, even though it looks like they're both going down. But there's an eagle above his head. Jesus also gets anointed with oil, and there's an eagle above his head. Now, this is Jesus the Lamb, and the oil is being poured from a horn. Well, the oil is the cerebral spinal fluid, and it's the golden oil, which is why Christ must return, because the Christos oil must go down and back up. Well, here's the ram inside your brain. It's called the anterior horn. It's your ventricle system. There's also this fornix, which is the phoenix when the snake becomes an eagle. This is the feathered serpent called Amaruka. Tupac Amaru? Yeah. Amaruka is the feathered serpent. Where have we heard of that before? Oh yeah, when the serpent grows its wings, when you go up to the crown chakra, the Sahasrara magnetic field crown chakra. So basically your spine in Sanskrit is called Merudanda. That's how you say your spine. Now the center of earth is called Mount Meru. In Sanskrit, it's Mount Meru in India. So the Mount Meru is 33 French miles in circumference. The center of the United Nations is the 33rd section. So it's cut into 33 sections, the United Nations logo. And this is the World Health Organization logo. It's 33 sections with a snake with a line through it because the world axis is the spine. Just like it says, Mount Meru is the center of the Yggdrasil, hell, heel, earth, heart, head, heaven. Well, your spine is the Merudanda. So Mount Meru, Merudanda, spine, axis of your body, axis of the earth. So the Egyptian pyramid was called a Mer, which was a place of ascension. So you have Merudanda, energy comes out the top of your spine. Mount Meru, energy comes out the top. Just like that, Mount Meru. Just like energy goes out the top of your spine, just like Mount Meru has that energy coming up. Okay? So that's because it's this. So yeah, it's inescapable. It's like an apple. That's you right there with the sun and moon left. And that's why Christmas is mass christening. Merry Christmas, Mer. Heaven is your head. And that's where the sun and moon is. This is Boz and Jachin. This is Solomon's temple, Solomon, sun and moon. And when you go in there, that's where the Ark of the Covenant is. Well, Solomon's temple They pray at the western wall because the western wall is right between the sun dome of the rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and it's right between Al-Kas fountain. So this is the fountain of youth, sun and moon, fountain, sun and moon. Yep, it's alchemy. So there's Godzilla versus Kong, where he does this between the blue building and the red building, bows and jack, and energy goes up his spine, 33 vertebrae. They went to the 33rd sublevel in the movie. Well, the pyramid, if you take Kirlian photographs of the pyramid, you will see the double helix going out the top, fire in the middle, cor, corazon. Look at the Last Supper with the triptych, the 3 doors, one big at the center. Egypt, India, Cambodia, 3 eyes. That's the Holy Grail. That's the thalamus and your brain with the 12 cranial nerves on each side. Build that aura. This is the Twin Towers, and in the center on this picture, you see the Statue of Liberty in the middle. And this is simply because the Twin Towers represent bows and jackin in masonry, boy and Jackie the girl. In the center, you have the Statue of Liberty, who is a male and female, Lady Liberty, who looks like a man, and it's holding a torch above his or her head, because this means enlightenment. Now, when the 2 nerves, Ida and Pingala, the male and female, boy and girl, masculine and feminine energies that go down the spine to the sacrum, which looks like a scorpion stinger, which is why the scorpion becomes an eagle when it goes back up. That's why the constellation or the zodiac Scorpio is represented by an eagle, because the eagle is its final evolution, the rising phoenix. And this is why your pharaohs have a snake and an eagle. It's actually a cobra. Kobe equals 33 as well. This is going up to the 33rd vertebrae. He's the cobra. You guys know what 666 means? It's your thoracic vertebrae, 18 inches, which is 666. Well, guess what? Jesus has an A and this omega symbol, which is A to Z. Your alphabet is alpha, beta, omega. You don't even know your alphabet? Come on, I'm gonna blow your mind today. This is the Egyptian pharaoh, and you see an A here, and this is the omega symbol. So him holding it is representing alpha to omega, which is Aries to Libra. Check this out. You may or may have not seen this. He has his hand like this, which is actually an A, and that is an O, alpha to omega. Check this out. It's painted by Leonardo da Vinci, and it's called El Salvator Mundi. Yeah, look, alpha and omega. Here's Alpha Osiris, and there's Isis, omega. Well, it's the left and right, Ida and the Pingala, Pituitary and Pineal, and the left would be the Thalamus. You go down and up. Caduceus means fall. So check this out. Here's Earth, which is the hexagon or the cube. Then you have water, which is the icosahedron, air, which is the octahedron, fire is the tetrahedron, and plasma is the circle or the dodecahedron. Now the circle represents spirit. Earth represents material, your body. So now your body has a spirit, but you also have all these because you have carbon, which is your skin, your solidity, water, which is the liquid in your body, air, oxygen, which is the gas in your body, fire, which is the nitrogen or light in your body. You have electricity, neurons, and you have a body which you take up space in this dimension. It's the ether, it's plasma. You are earth, air, fire, water, up to the tip of the apex, which is plasma. You are earth, air, fire, water, plasma. Okay, this is what's made when you go up your 33 vertebrae. There's the cowlick at the top of your head, okay? Because you have these energies. You see that? Buddha has this on his head. From the snake goes up to the crown, it's dealing with the magnetic field, and that's how you transform and grow your antennas to have telepathy, because we communicated without our mouths. So there's, at the Vatican, your 2 snakes must go up. The snake goes up. It's a snake. So there's Washington, D.C. with the 7 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 layers, just like the Kabbalistic tree of life, just like the Mesopotamian tree of life in modern-day Iraq. So this is the Sumerians, and you can tell that each of these straight lines without that, there's 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, violet. This is the Hebrew tree of life, Assyrian tree of life, Norse tree of life, and this is Camelot's castle. So there's always 7 layers. It's always 7. Because obviously it has to do with your 7 chakras. Now, 144,000 go to heaven just mean your head. Because remember, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because obviously your 7 chakras, right? Well, when you add up all the chakras and times it by 1,000, you get 144,000. Hello, everyone. So yes, the Earth is definitely planar. There are high mountains and deep trenches, and there is, in fact, an invisible magnetic field above our heads. Some call it a dome, and those are your zodiac signs going around, okay? Some hug the Tropic of Cancer, some hug the Tropic of Capricorn, making the same size as the equator, but hugging the tropics of Capricorn and Cancer, and it goes around. So anyways, the point is that we are all atoms. Obviously, the Egyptians said all is atum. So the sun is atum. Your body is made of atoms, and the first man was Adam, right? Well, the point is this, and it's not right, because that means that the first woman was Eve and came out of his rib. It's false. The Bible is completely allegorical and metaphorical. So yes, you are this magnetic field shape. You're like, what is that? Well, it's this. This is a magnetic field, which we can provably see when we use a ferrocell. You will see this arch at the top and arch at the bottom, which resembles the Vatican Museum. The Vatican Museum is showing you the double bowl. The Bible, parables. What is it? It's this here. It is this. It's a magnetic field. The bowl at the top and the bowl at the bottom. And there's even a pine cone, because the bottom of a pine cone looks like that, which is the top of a magnet, because it's the counter-rotating fields. Okay? And then we live on the neutron, and we're watching the proton and electrons go around us. So if you turn this at the top, you see that this is why you have this on the sunflower, because you have right turning and left turning. Right turning and left turning. It's very easy. This is why you have that cowlick on the top of your head. It's everywhere. So here is your body with heel, and this is hell. Heart and earth, head, heaven. And this is the right eye was the sun Horus in Egypt. The left eye was the moon Thoth. That's the right and left sun and moon in your head, because it's the right eye and the left eye, sun and moon. The 7 planets are the 7 chakras, from the coldest, Saturn, to the hottest, the sun. So technically, from root to crown, you could also see it from Saturn, which rules Capricorn, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, Mars rules Scorpio, Venus rules Libra, Mercury rules Virgo, and the sun rules Leo. So you have lead ruled by Saturn, because when these lights from these 7 luminaries reach down to Earth, what happens is they become solidified. So the stars above come down and they solidify. So the sun's light solidifies and becomes gold. The moon solidifies, becomes silver. Tuesday is called Martes. Mars is red. And when Mars's light comes down to Earth and solidifies, it gives us iron. Iron in your blood is red. Mars is red. Mercury solidifies, becomes mercury. The light from Jupiter solidifies on Earth and becomes tin. Venus's light becomes copper, and Saturn's light becomes lead. So this bubble around our galactic plane here, the Milky Way, with the center being a hyperboloid or a hyperbola, this is only half of what it actually looks like. We actually have a double torus, which creates the flat plane of the Milky Way. This is more like it. This is the shape all magnets create, with the plane of inertia right here and right here. So this is the plane of inertia, and this is looking at the top of it. The hyperbola or hyperboloid at the center of the torus would be this hourglass shape. Humans and trees make this shape. Remember, this is only half of what magnetism creates. It's a double torus, as I'm going to prove to you and show you in here in a little bit. But everything takes this form. There's your Milky Way with a double torus.
He is born of a virgin. In September, the sun is born of a virgin. He's crucified. December 21st, the sun goes through a cross called the Southern Cross. He's in the tomb 3 days and 3 nights. December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th is the winter solstice. He's born again on December 25th. The sun moves in its trajectory. 30 years after his birth, he goes into the waterman John. 30 days after December 25th, the sun goes into the waterman Aquarius. He goes on to select his disciples from fishermen. The sun goes into the sign of Pisces, the fish. He becomes the Lamb of God that takes away the sins of the world. The sun enters Aries that takes away the cold of the winter. He sits at the right hand of the Father. In the northern hemisphere, the sun moves to the eastern sky of the right side, and summertime comes. He becomes the Lion of Judah. The sun enters the sign Leo, and it becomes the Lion, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. All of these things are the sun, the universe, the logos, proportion. Because when you crucify the flesh through your meditation, when you separate from the thoughts and the pineal gland opens and the melatonin begins to flow, that which is the solar energy down here begins to rise just like that does. As a result of the crucifixion, it raises itself up to the pineal gland of the brain, which is Aries, and then it kicks over to the right hemisphere of the brain, and summer comes to your life. Spring comes to your life. All things become new, and the winter of your soul gives way to the newness of the summer of your life, and things begin to explode in new life and rationalization and understanding, even to the point where you can come to grips with the fact that Jesus is the Logos, the 888, the all-encompassing universe, which means I understand now why he says, you will find me inside of you. And the things I have done, you can do, because I am the Logos, you are the Logos, we are all the Logos. We have no reason to blow each other up. We are all 801. We are...
It's this shape. High frequency, low frequency, ultraviolet light, infrared light, millimeter waves, radio waves, tiny waves, huge waves. So check this out. Since you know what the electromagnetic spectrum is, this is the long waves, these are the short waves. So this is like 3G, 4G, this is 5G, this is millimeter wave, microwave, this is how you cook your food, this is how you get a tan during the middle of the day, 12 o'clock, not 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. when the sun doesn't even burn your skin. So you can stare at the sun when it produces infrared light, which is long, slow waves, not millimeter waves, fast, high frequency. So the smaller the frequency, the higher the capacity it holds. The lower the frequency, the less capacity. So that's why 5G is faster and holds more information than this does. You can download a 4K movie in 10 seconds with 5G. Couldn't do that with 4G because it's long waves, doesn't carry the capacity as a millimeter wave. Point is this, when the energy goes up your spine, the oil that's at the bottom of your spine rises up. This is called Mercury's staff. It's called the caduceus. So Mercury caduceus balance. And the energy goes up the spine just like Mercury in a thermometer. So just like a thermometer from the base to the top, the higher the frequency, the energy goes up through your heart, pyro, fire in the middle. So the oil or the frequency gets magnified 1,000 times because your endocrine glands, you have 7 endocrine glands. You have the pineal, the pituitary, you have the thyroid at the throat, thymus, then you have the adrenal glands, then you have the pancreas, which is the largest endocrine gland, which produces insulin. Your pituitary produces, actually you have 3 sacred secretions, which are the 3 wise men that bring gifts to Christ when he was born in Bethlehem, which is your belly. But the point is that the 3 wise men, they go down to your belly, to the sacrum bone, and the 3 wise men are the pineal gland, pituitary gland, and the thalamus, because these are the 3 sacred secretions in your brain, the 3 sacred secrets. What are the 3 secretions? Melatonin, serotonin, and dopamine. The thalamus produces dopamine, the pituitary gland secretes serotonin, the pineal gland secretes melatonin. So melatonin is produced during the day when you stare at the sun, and at nighttime, melatonin is released into the blood when you close your eyes. So when there's no sunlight, or there's no lights involved, and you cover your eyes with blackness, darkness, that's when your body releases it into the bloodstream. So it does not get released if there's always light in your eye. When you close your eyes, that's when it is released.
Chrism oil.
This is the Freemasons. This is Hindu. This is your spine, and that's Egyptian. That's right. Because guess what? It's called Santa Claus when he comes down the chimney and gives a gift to us. This is the Santa Claustrum. It's in your brain and it comes down and it gives a gift to us and it goes back up. So this is why Jesus dies at 33 years old, because it goes down your spine and back up. The Christos, or the golden oil. In Greek, Christos means gold. So the claustrum is up here. Santa goes down the chimney. That's because Jesus was in Nazareth with his mama. And then King Herod wants to kill Jesus. So Jesus must go all the way down to be born in Bethlehem. Then he goes back up. See, he's going down this river and back up, down the spine and back up. So if this is Kemet in Egypt, this is the Jordan River. So the Jordan River is a little tiny replica of this because this was the lotus flower or your spine. So this represents your spine. If we know that this did represent your spine, which it did, then undoubtedly the Jordan River represented the spine, just like the Nile River. This is for you ignorant churchgoers, I swear. Candy cane is red for feminine, white for masculine. It's the 2 nerves, the Ida and the Pingala, the sun and the moon. So The Pineal is the pineal gland. That's the Eta. That's the pituitary, the negative component, and the pineal gland, the positive component. So you have the milk and honey, the gold and silver. This is the promised land. So when what's his name? Jack climbs the beanstalk. He goes up his spine and finds the golden egg in the gray clouds, which is the gray matter in your brain. Well, look, Saint Nicholas is Saint Naga-less. Naga means serpent. That's why when Thor takes the Bifrost Bridge, this is your thorax, which is 12 vertebrae. There's 12 vertebrae of your thorax, thoracic vertebrae, and there's 12 ribs on each side, 24 ribs. So there's Arthur and the 12 knights at the round table, your 12 vertebrae. Jesus and his 12 disciples. Thor takes the rainbow bridge, which is your chakras, your spine. Arthur is the only one who can lift the sword. Thor is the only one who can lift the hammer. Because you have to be worthy. Raise your frequency to go up. Pituitary gland, pineal gland, and your optic thalamus. So the energy goes down from your claustrum, the oil at least. The oil goes down the vagus nerve to the sacrum bone where it pumps it back up. And it actually activates your third eye and it illuminates the crown chakra. This is the Pingala and the Eta, and they mix and they come back up. And your skull is the holy grail, and that's why it's the elixir of life, the fountain of youth, because your skull is called a fontanelle, that little hole at the top of all of babies' heads. It's literally called a fontanelle at the top of the head because it's the fountain. So the energy goes from the bottom to the top, and the snake grows its wings.
Oneness.
Hello, everyone. This is Bose and Jackin, the two hemispheres of the brain that you must bring together to become one. This is the very reason why Osiris has his feet together. A lot of the pharaohs have one leg, because even Jesus, when he died on the cross, he has his legs together, right? Well, that's the point. You got to become one. So here it is. It even says in the Bible, when you marry, that the man and wife become one flesh. And Jesus says, I and the Father are one. So it's always becoming, back to the one, rising above and beyond one's own duality. The phoenix is the very symbol of self-sacrifice as it dies into itself to become reborn, resurrected, and new from the ashes of its own purification. So Baphomet has the caduceus going wrapping around his phallus, right? That is the root chakra going up the S-P-I-N-E or the P-E-N-I-S. Yep, same word. The resurrection or the rise erection going up to the euphoria aura. Feed the phoenix, sacral to crown, creeping to soaring. So the creeping serpent becomes the soaring eagle. The creeping serpent, though, is food for the soaring eagle. This is the most simple reason why the zodiac sign of Scorpio, which corresponds in physiology as the sacrum, or the sexual organ, the generative system, is also its higher evolution as the eagle, the phoenix, which corresponds to the crown. The scorpion is representative of the sacrum, your tailbone, which must be heaved up to the crown by sacrificing or making sacred the serpent within us to feed our rising phoenix, the feathered serpent. Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan, the snake gets its wings and becomes a dragon. That is right. So guess what? This is the tetrad, this is the triad, this is the duad, this is the monad. AtoneMent. Monad is mono, which is one. So AtoneMent is Judgment Day, which is judging the mind, balancing the mind. Atonement Day is the same thing, Yom Kippur in the Jewish system. It's September, fall, Libra. Libra's balance. AtoneMent, okay, when it becomes one. So this is your sacrum bone. It looks like an elephant. So that's why you see in the Hindu system, you got Ganesha. Ganesha is your sacrum. So that's right. Don't ever think that people walked around with elephant heads, you guys. That's your sacrum bone. It's very sacred because the secretion from the top of your head goes down and the sacrum bone acts like a pump. 5 infused vertebrae. And what it does is it pumps the oil back up to your head. So you have to practice semen retention and your electrical semen goes up. Women can raise their frequency as well. The frequency itself is what raises the male sperm, but women are feminine, so they're already on cloud 9. Men are masculine, so they're at 1, they got to go to 9. That's why women are more divine than males already. This is how to reach a successful divinization. It's called Chrisiopia. Mass christening is Christmas. Start at the top of the pine or the spine. You could do what that pyramid does from the base to the crown. Be vegan. This is not cooked, that's cooked. So aura is less when it's cooked, so eat raw. Giraffe, gorilla, elephant, veganism. These are the strongest animals on the planet. So what exactly is the Merkaba? Well, this is the Merkaba is the 2 tetrahedron, one upwards and one upside down, interlocking. But it says here they're all the same. the torus field, the magnetic field, the Sri Yantra, the Merkaba, and your aura. I'm gonna show you guys what a 3D Sri Yantra looks like, the Sri Yantra or the Tree Yantra. So there's the Merkaba. All right, so basically it's it's your aura with this plane of inertia at the center. Your aura is created when you create the Merkaba. It's Mercury caduceus balance. Okay, so we're gonna show you. Here you have the top and bottom of a torus field, the double torus, plane of inertia. So that's what you got to create. That's just to help you visualize it. Everything is this, it's the Merkaba, which creates a star at the center, your core corazon. This is the Milky Way galaxy. There's the Milky Way, okay? It's two bowls, one on top, one on bottom. Just like the male and female, that's. Now, look at this. 3 eyes, Illuminati. Look at Michael Jackson's last tour. This is it. Look at the United Nations logo. That's the World Health Organization as well. Guys, that's 33. Look, that's your spine, 33 vertebrae, and that's the World Health Organization, and it has the 33 sections. The United Nations logo is cut into 33 sections. That is a fact. See, you can be reborn. That's the whole symbolism of you.